Good morning, Kids Church. My name is Ellie. I am so excited to be here with you. Normally I'm on the other side of the camera filming, so this is awesome, and I can't wait to spend some time with you guys. So before we start our game, I have some announcements for you. The first one is new, so parents, if you're in the room, if you can hear me talking, come over here. We have a new exciting announcement from Kids Church. So from now until Father's Day, which is June 20th, we are doing a campaign with Operation Baby Bottle. Now, they partner with pregnancy care centers, and they help families who are about to have a baby or just had a baby with practical needs, and that's how they show the love of God for this family. And we are so excited to partner with them, and you have until June 20th. So if you want to get involved, please check the link in the description, or Ms. Tanea sent an email that you can check out and find more details. Now, the second announcement I have for you is if you haven't watched Miss Tanea's Weekend Adventures, you need to check them out. This is when Miss Tanea and her husband James and their baby Izzy go on adventures around Vancouver or find activities for you to do at home. So if you're ever bored, just go watch one of the videos and you'll get a great idea to do. And the last announcement I have for you is that not today, but next Sunday, you have a Zoom call with Miss Tanea, and I've heard they're so much fun. You're going to be needing markers and paper, and that's all you're gonna need. Now, we are at a really fun part where I get to play a game with you guys. Okay, now it's game time, and I have a whiteboard, which means I am going to draw some things. Now, how many of you have played Pictionary? You might have heard of the game. So it's kind of like Pictionary where I'm gonna start drawing things. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm drawing, and it's your job to guess. Now how you're gonna guess and lock in your guess is you are gonna grab a piece of paper and a marker or a pen or a pencil, and you're gonna draw your guess as I'm drawing my thing. And then you'll see at the end if your picture matches mine, okay? So I'm gonna give you a minute now to go and grab your piece of paper and something to draw with. Go. Okay, I hope you've grabbed your things. Now let's get started on the first picture. Okay, you're gonna have to guess what it is and then draw what you think it is. Looks like a rectangle for now. Okay, my drawing is done. So whatever you think this is, you have 15 seconds to draw that on your paper. Go. What did you guys draw? This is a camera. So if you drew a camera, good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let's get into the second one. Okay, here's your second one. Let's go. Okay, I'm almost done. Start drawing what you think this is. Okay, you have 15 more seconds to draw what you think this is. Guys, it's a giraffe. Maybe you thought it was a horse or a camel. It's a giraffe. I tried my best. Okay, time for number 3. Let's see if you can guess this one right. You have 15 seconds to draw what you think this is. Go. It's a car. I think you guys got this one right. This looks like a car to me. Okay, now this is our last one, so make sure you guess really good. What do you guys think it is? Okay, your turn to draw what you think this is. Okay, this is probably one of your favorite dinners. It's a pizza. Good job, you guys. I'm sure you got a lot of them right, and I'm really sad that I can't see your drawings. Now, we are done with our game. Let's head into worship.
Who am I that the highest King would welcome me? I was lost, but He brought me in, His love for me. Oh, His love for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, He has ransomed me, His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, He died for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, who is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, who is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
Gotta take a deep breath, everybody. Sing worthy. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Breathe them in. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Big breath. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. And we sing holy. There is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Oh, let's sing worthy. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. Jesus. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. When we sing holy, there is no one like you. There is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Oh, lead on, Lord. Let's sing holy. We sing holy, there is no one like you, there is none besides you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are, and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me.
It was so awesome worshiping with you guys, and if you've noticed, we actually recorded some of our own worship songs, which is super excited. We are very excited about that, and I hope that you guys are enjoying them. All right, so you guys played a super fun game with Ellie, right? Where she would draw something, and you guys would have to guess what she was drawing, and then you would have to try and draw what she was drawing. So, did you guys get any of those drawings right? Some of us, we love to draw, and maybe others of us, it's just not our thing. We don't like to do it. We all have things that we just don't like to do. And that's actually what our Bible story is going to be about today. Moses, he did not like speaking. That's something that God wanted him to do. He wanted to speak to Pharaoh and the Israelites, and Moses really just did not like speaking. He didn't think that he was good with words. So, actually growing up, I get so scared of class presentations. I did not like speaking at all. This one time for my science fair project, I did a project on my dog Tucker, and I remember getting up in front of my class. I had all my notes, and I would jump to one note, and then I went to the wrong part of my story, and then I just got all mixed up, and then I just kind of ended it like, I got like a 3 out of 10 on that grade. But I remember when I was only speaking to a couple of people, I got 10 out of 10 because it was a lot easier not to speak to a whole bunch of people because I was just too scared when it came to the crowd. So I definitely understand Moses and where he was coming from. So today we are going to learn that God's character does not change. And knowing that can help us trust in him when we are unsure of things, like not wanting to speak in front of people. So in the Bible, God gave himself the name I am. He was saying, I am who I am, and I don't change. This is comforting to know that God's character doesn't change because he's already perfect. He's so perfect, he doesn't need to change. We are going to find out that Moses will learn the lesson that even though he didn't feel good enough to stand up and speak to Pharaoh and the Israelites, God has the power to do anything. So let's get into our story. Turn to the book of Exodus. So Exodus, it goes Genesis, Exodus. So it's the second book in the Bible. And we're going to go to chapter 3, verse 1 to 5. So this is what it says. Now Moses was keeping the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro, the priest of Midian, and he led his flock to the west side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. I will turn aside to see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. So, as Moses checked out the bush, he heard God speaking from it. God was speaking to Moses. And God had said to him that he had heard his people, the Israelites, were being treated really, really bad by the Egyptians. So the Israelites lived in Egypt, and they were slaves to the Egyptians. God wanted to help Moses get them out of Egypt. So he told Moses, you're going to have to go and talk to Pharaoh about this. So go to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, do you guys know what a Pharaoh is? That is a king of Egypt. How do you guys think Moses would have reacted to this? Well, let's read about it in Exodus 3, and we're going to go down to verse 11, and then we're going to read 13 to 15. So 3, verse 11, here we go. So, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? He's saying, I'm no one's special, God. I don't want to do this. This is basically what he's saying. He doesn't want to do it. And 13 to 15. So let's jump down to 13. Then Moses said to God, if I come to the people of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say this to the people of Israel, the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and thus I am to be remembered through all generations. Wow, so Moses did not feel confident in himself at all. He didn't know what he was going to say to them or how he was sent by God. What was he going to say? What was the name he was going to tell them? He had no idea what he would do. He was basically saying, God, what name would I even call you if they asked who sent me? He was so worried, and God simply said, tell them I am sent you. He said to Moses that also he could call him Yahweh, the God of Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. This was the name that the Israelites already knew God by. So remember at the beginning of our lesson when I told you God called himself I am. Well, we just read God say to Moses, I am who I am. This name is a reminder to us that God is who he says he is, and he is never changing. So God doesn't change, and so when we feel unsure, we can trust in him, and we can always count on him. The same God who was the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, guys who lived way before us in the Bible, and he was the same God of Moses with the burning bush, and he is the same God that we worship today. And we can trust him when we are unsure because he will never change, and he will never become less loving or less powerful than he is. Even though God answered Moses' question, and with the reassurance that God is I am, Moses still did not want to go. So God gave another sign to Moses to show his power. So let's see what it was. We're going to read Exodus 4. So let's go. We were on chapter 3. We're going to go to 4, and we're going to read 1 to 5. So it says, Then Moses answered, But behold, they will not believe me or listen to my voice, for they will say, The Lord did not appear to you. The Lord said to him, What is it in your hand? He said, A staff. And he said, Throw it on the ground. So he threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses ran from it. I would too. But the Lord said to Moses, Put out your hand and catch it by the tail. So he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. God turned Moses' walking staff into a snake. How crazy would that be? I would have been so terrified. I definitely would not want to pick that back up. No way. I would not blame Moses for running away. I would 100% run away. So, but do you guys realize what God was trying to do here? He is trying to help Moses feel more comfortable. God has got his back. He's like, no worries. If they question you, I'll prove to them that I am who sent you by turning your staff into a snake. They'll believe this miracle for sure. So when Moses wasn't sure he was good enough, he could trust God's unchanging power. God doesn't change. So Moses could trust that God could repeat the same sign over and over again. He knew God would be able to perform the snake turning into the staff again. So just in case that wasn't a sign enough for Moses, God gave Moses another one. So I'll show you the sign. So this is what happened next. So we're going to read verse 4, and we're going to read 6 to 7.
You're going to read chapter 4.
Yes. So this is what happened next. We're going to read Exodus chapter 4, now verse 6 to 7. Again, the Lord said to him, Put your hand inside your cloak. And he put his hand inside his cloak. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous like snow. Then God said, Put your hand back inside your cloak. So he put his hand back inside his cloak. And when he took it out, behold, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. Moses didn't have to be good enough. You see right here, because God could work through him. God wanted the Israelites to trust that he was mighty, enough to do what he promised. Get them out of Egypt. So we may not be able to repeat the hand trick, but we can trust that God does not change. Whatever he wants us to do, he can. And just in case Moses did the snake sign, and he did the hand sign, and the people still didn't believe that they could trust God, he gave Moses one more surprising sign. So, verse 9, Exodus chapter 4, verse 9 says, "If they will not believe even these two signs or listen to your voice, you shall take some water from the Nile and pour it on dry ground, and the water that you shall take from the Nile will become blood on dry ground." Oh my gosh, how would you guys react if the water that you were trying to drink turned to blood? That would be so freaky. God's unchanging power can do anything. So we can trust in God even when we are unsure of something. We know that his power will never change. Which of the signs seemed most surprising to you guys? Was it the burning bush that actually never got burnt? The snake? The hand? Or the blood? What was craziest to you? I definitely would not want to have the snake one. Definitely. That's just creepy. That's just gross. I don't like snakes. So, even though God gave Moses all of these signs, he was still scared and he was still unsure to speak. So his brother Aaron spoke for him. God allowed that. God kept his word and he helped them, both of them, perform miracles and signs to the elders of the Israelites. And just as God said, they believed Moses and Aaron. God gave Moses a lot of signs to help him out. The bush, the staff, the hand, the water. And all of those things were things that changed. Things around us change too, all the time. We are always changing. But God's name is I Am, and that shows that he does not change. So we can trust in him when we are unsure. And his awesome power will always be there for us. All right, I'm going to pray. Dear God, thank you so much for being there for us to lean on you whenever we need you. God, for being unchanging and so loving towards us, God. I just pray that we can look to you and realize that you're here for us when we need you and when we're unsure. In your name, I pray. Amen. All right, you guys. We have a video to watch, and then we'll be closing in worship.
Kids Bible Story Theater! Today's Bible story comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 1, through chapter 4, verse 17. One day, Moses was outside taking care of his sheep.
I'm Moses.
While watching over his sheep, he saw a bush burning. The bush was on fire, but it wasn't burning up.
Whoa, that's cool. I need to check it out.
All of a sudden, a voice came from the bush. It was God.
Moses, Moses,
Me? I'm here.
don't come any closer. Take off your shoes, for this is holy ground. I've noticed that my people, the Israelites, are suffering in Egypt. The Egyptians are using them as slaves. That's not okay. So I'm going to rescue them, and you are going to help me. You need to go talk to Pharaoh.
Moses didn't want to talk to Pharaoh, and he didn't think the Israelites would believe God really spoke to him. So God helped Moses by giving him some signs of God's power. First, God told Moses to throw the staff in his hand onto the ground. It turned into a snake. When Moses picked up the snake, it turned back into a staff. God sent this sign so Moses could prove that God had sent him. Next, God told Moses to put his hand in his cloak. It turned white, like he had a bad skin disease. When Moses put his hand back in his cloak, the white was gone. This was another sign of God's power. As one final sign, God told Moses to pour water from the river onto the ground. The water turned to blood. All these signs proved that God could do miracles. And God doesn't change. He can always do miracles. God is all powerful. Moses still felt unsure he could do the job, but he could trust God because
God doesn't change! Yay!
Who breaks the power of sin and darkness? Whose love is mighty and so much stronger? The King of glory, the King above all kings. Who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder? Who leaves us breathless in awe and wonder? King of glory, the King above all kings. Okay, let's sing it loud. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross. You would lay down your life. That I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Oh. Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son and daughter? King of glory, King above all kings. Who rules the nations with truth and justice? Shines like the sun in all of its brilliance. The King of glory, the King above all kings. Okay, let's raise our voices, let's sing it out. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross. You would lay down your life. That I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. All that you've done for me. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Let's get small. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. We're still small. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King. Now let's sing it big. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquers the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. We sing worthy, worthy. Oh, this is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross. You would lay down your life. That I would be set free. Whoa, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me.
So, before you go, I have a couple reminders for you. So guys, as you heard in the announcements, we are partnering with an amazing campaign called Operation Baby Bottle. They work with pregnancy care centers, providing helpful resources for families who are having babies. The heart of their ministry is to meet families where they're at and to journey with them, showing God's love in physical ways. With counseling and with helping out with bottles and whatever care packages they need. So if you guys would like to support Operation Baby Bottle, talk with your parents, and there's a link in the description that you can click to donate, and also they'll get an email, so there's more information in the email about that. The second announcement is we have Weekends with Tanea, guys, where I love this segment. I go out on the weekends and I do something fun. So giving you guys ideas, maybe you can do fun things with your families. And I love, love, love this segment. So make sure you check those out. We have videos up on our YouTube and in our Instagram stories. So our last announcement is that next Sunday, we have a Zoom call at 11:30. And for supplies, all you will need is paper and markers. And that is all for announcements. So have a great Sunday, guys. And I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Bye.